Alright folks, this is the mighty Mississippi coming up here.
Howdy folks, this is Doug from Dugroz Reports. A few days ago I visited Galesburg, Illinois via Amtrak, and this is part 2 of my visit to Galesburg. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, you'll want to go back and watch that so you can see how I got there. So the train crossed the Mississippi River from Iowa into Illinois, and Galesburg is about 45 miles ahead. I arrived at roughly 1 o'clock, and I'd already picked out a restaurant to eat at by looking at Google Maps. So when I got to the Galesburg depot, I just stopped long enough to use the restroom, and then a quick out the door. Time to find food. Alright, so I'm in Galesburg. I'm going to go find Jimmy's Pizza, which, according to my phone, takes 3 minutes to walk to. So I should make it. Especially since it is literally right there. This is a statue of Abe Lincoln in front of the Amtrak depot in Galesburg. Abe Lincoln gave 2 speeches in Galesburg in 1858. One of them, the second, was one of his famous Lincoln-Douglas debates on the east lawn of Knox College, and they estimate 25,000 people attended. Alright, going to Jimmy's Pizza. Just less than a block up Tompkins Street from the Amtrak depot. So when it was time to enter Jimmy's Pizza, I turned off the camcorder and just recorded with my on-reel camera, which is a little camera I wore in my backpack that's about the size of a silver dollar, kind of like a body cam. That way it wouldn't be real obtuse with me carrying around a video camera. So Jimmy's was a real neat place. The owner told me that it was built in an old small-town car dealership, like back when car dealerships were in brick buildings right on the main square of town. The pizza was absolutely delicious. I had half meat lovers and half Hawaiian style. And the other interesting thing is that their pizza menus are printed on old records. I thought that was pretty nifty. So Jimmy's was great. 5 stars. Would recommend. I realized while eating that my cell phone battery was running kind of low and I had forgotten my cell phone charger, so I asked the waitress where I might find one, and she said there was a Dollar General about 3 blocks north of their restaurant. So I went for a walk to Dollar General. By the way, everything I did within Galesburg was within a 5-block radius of the Amtrak depot on this day. I guess if you've seen one Dollar General, you've pretty much seen them all. I found what I needed just fine and got on out of there. So Galesburg seemed like a really cool town to me. Population around 32,000. It's small enough to have that small town charm, but still big enough to have almost all the modern conveniences. They have a Walmart, a couple grocery stores, they have a Hy-Vee, an Aldi, and a couple motels. I liked it so much, I thought, man, I should live in a town like this. But then I remembered it was in Illinois, and you have to pay the high state taxes. Now, in just a few moments, you're going to hear me using my on-reel camera, which has really bad audio, but I thought it was worth it. So here it goes.
Backside, Adams Pressed Metal Corp. Pressed steel, pulleys, and stamping. Oh, okay. I do have need for some pressed steel and stamping. I don't need any pulleys right now. That is a cool train. An oldie but a goodie. Locomotive 3006. This was built in 1930, 225 tons. Pullman. It's a Pullman passenger car. And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpets made of steel.
The purpose of my trip was to ride on Amtrak. Take the trip from Ottumwa to Galesburg, spend the day in Galesburg, or at least 3 or 4 hours, ride the train back to Ottumwa, all in one day. I picked Galesburg because it was a spot that was far enough away to get a little bit of a feel for the train ride, but not so far away that I couldn't turn around and come back later that same day. But I knew I wanted to see the Galesburg Railroad Museum, and that's what this part is. So I went inside and paid, and then got inside that Pullman passenger car you saw just moments ago, and joined this tour which had just barely started. Our tour guide was Bob, a local retired man who decided to take up giving tours after he retired. I thought the Amtrak bathroom was small.
Manufactured in 1930, Philadelphia by Baldwin. Burlington obtained 12 of these engines from the 19 coal bin all up into the firebox. You have your water tube down here. The only time you ever shovel coal in this is if your auger broke down. That's just good.
Big wheel. Taller than me.
A lot of work.
I realize.
Ring the bell.
Once you get it rocking, you'll be just fine.
All right, King.
I think Bob had a lot of fun encouraging the 3 boys in my tour group to try things. By the way, I did ask permission of the mother of the group to videotape the boys.
So
the one in Ottumwa is one
Yep. One in Ottumwa is
That's
one
where
of these. The one in Burlington is one of these. You got this one. The one that was down at
If you want to see all of my footage of the tour of this train, and not just the edited version, check the description box. I'll put a link down there for an unlisted video that shows the vast majority of the footage that I recorded. So if you're ever in Galesburg, check out the Railroad Museum. A pretty good value for $6, but you're not going to see any pictures of the inside part in this video. Now I'm back at the Amtrak depot. It's right next to the museum. And there was this nifty little machine in the corner right here that you could insert the credit card you used to buy your trip with, and it would print out the ticket for you. You didn't even need to talk to a human being. After about 45 minutes of waiting in the depot and charging all my electronic devices, the westbound train from Chicago was pulling in, and it was time to board and head west. My epic 3 hours in Galesburg had come to an end, and now it was time to board a new train and head back to Ottumwa. This conductor scanned my ticket from the little machine thingy and told me to go 2 doors down to see a different conductor to get in. Just had to wade through all the other passengers and the people who hopped off to take a quick break. I was looking forward to my second train ride of the day. After all, at this point, I was pretty much an Amtrak expert. Found a quick seat. This time I decided to sit in the club car right away and pack up a few things. And well, I guess the rest of this is a story for the next part. I'll make a whole nother video of my ride back to Ottumwa. You won't want to miss it. Be there. And in my opinion, it's the best part of all 3. You get to see me step outside of my comfort zone just a little bit. Thanks for watching, folks.